The Minister of Interior and Local Assemblies, Nordin Bedoui, calls on residents to preserve security and stability in the southern province of Ghaردaya. According to the National Education Minister Nouria Ben Ghabri, the academic year is to start on the 6th of September. Pro-Yemeni government forces have retaken an important former US base near the city of Aden in the south of the country. Those were today's top stories. Thank you for joining us live on Dzair News. The Minister of Interior and Local Assemblies, Nordin Bedoui, called on citizens to support the considerable efforts of the national military in order to impose law and order and preserve stability in the southern province of Ghaردaya. Mr. Bedoui said, following the appointment of the new wali of Ghaردaya, Azzdin Mishri, that the considerable efforts undertaken by the national military and civil institutions to provide security and stability in accordance with the strict instructions of the President Bouteflika required to be fully supported by citizens in favor of solidarity, cohesion and rejection of discord. Moving on to another matter, and despite the ongoing criticism, the Minister of National Education, Nouria Ben Ghabri, insisted that the beginning of the school year 2015-2016 would be on the 6th of September, while reiterating her recommendation of using slang words in primary schools in order to help children grasp the real meaning and niceties of the Arabic language. Lamia Ashoush tells us more in the following report.
Minister of National Education Nouria Ben Ghabri is challenging everybody by sticking to all the decisions she undertook, which can improve the level of schooling and guarantee a high rate of success in exams. The minister stressed the importance of beginning the school year 2015-2016 by the next 6th of September across the national territory. The 6th of September is the beginning of the school year for the pupils. This is a challenge that appears to be simple, but it necessitates a huge mobilization in all the provinces, especially southern and high plateau provinces. We start on the 6th, and the first lesson will be lectured on the 6th. Minister Ben Ghabri once again addressed the issue of the use of public slang in primary school classrooms, defending her approach by stipulating that using everyday slang words that the child is familiar with would facilitate the assimilation and acquisition of knowledge. This recommendation aims at normalizing the use of slang language in schools. It's a practice that I think causes no problem. Now, we also need to improve the teachers' training to meet pedagogical needs. The Minister of National Education set out more medium-term goals of generalizing and expanding preschool courses, as well as teaching the Amazigh language, thus ignoring criticism against her once again.
According to a special weather forecast, an unusual heat wave hit the country today and is expected to last until next week. Extreme temperatures will be experienced in the northern parts of the country due to hot winds coming from the south, resulting in temperatures that are as high as 44 degrees Celsius in shades. Let me assure again.
An unusual heat wave will hit the northern parts of the country, especially northwestern areas, starting from today, Tuesday, according to a special weather forecast.
Hot air will come from the south, southwestern winds will hit Algeria, and temperatures will peak on Wednesday and Thursday. Even humidity will be high. Starting Friday, it will decrease a little bit, but temperatures will still be high.
The high temperature degrees will exceed the seasonal rate, reaching 44 degrees Celsius in shade.
Temperatures will be very high, especially in the west of the country like Sidi Bel Abbas, Ghilizan, Saïda, Shlif, and Ain Difla, where temperatures would reach 44 degrees Celsius in shade. It could also reach Tizi Ouzou and Blida with 42 degrees.
The This new heat wave necessitates a lot of vigilance and precautionary measures to avoid any health risks that may arise, notably heat strokes and suffocation.
According to a communique issued by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Maghreb, African Union and Arab League Affairs, Abdelkader Meseha, will take part Wednesday in Cairo in the meeting of the Ministerial Commission of the Arab Peace Initiative in the Middle East. The encounter, which will be held in presence of Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, takes place in a context marked by the escalation of Israeli barbaric aggressions against the defenseless Palestinian civilians and the continuation of violations of holy places and construction of colonies. Still with national news, the Coordinated Movement for Democratic Transition Party planned an urgent meeting yesterday Monday in Algiers to further scrutinize the political and economic situation of the country. The aim is to prevent individual initiatives for the future. Siham Sado compiled this report for us.
The Coordinating Movement for Democratic Transition Party scheduled an urgent meeting yesterday Monday in Algiers to further examine the political and economic situation of the country. The aim is to prevent individual initiatives for the future. The conference was held in the headquarters of the political opposition party, Justice and Development Front, chaired by Abdullah Jabullah, who reaffirmed his determination to maintain the document that claims the democratic transition in Bazafran. The opposition body present in the conference affirmed that this document provides political solutions to the country. Furthermore, the members of the opposition parties agreed to carry on the work in full synergy so as to guarantee the achievement of common objectives, calling for the revitalization of the action related to social program of next year. Opposition parties seem to have worked out the internal conflict. The MSP leader met with his political ally, Abdullah Jabullah, to constitute a new coalition, notably after the recent incident when the MSP party decided to withdraw from the opposition party. An official source says that the MSP leader, Abdelrazak Mukri, has widely monopolized the debate held last time with the chief of the staff of the Republic Presidency current R&D leader, Ahmed Ouyahia, reiterated the common objectives shared with all members of opposition parties. In fact, obtaining the democratic transition remains high on the top opposition leaders' agenda.
Moving on to another matter, a considerable number of families in the western provinces of the country tend to flock to Tnes municipalities in the western province of Shlif to enjoy its breathtaking shores and run away from their daily hectic lives. Osama Snoussi has the full story.
The shores of Tnes municipality in the western province of Shlif witness a dramatic turnover of families who tend to go during the night to enjoy the refreshing breeze and get away from the heat of their houses.
We work until 4 in the morning. There is a lot of people and security is provided, and is actually better than other countries like Tunisia and Morocco.
We come here every summer to visit the family and spend a good time in Tnis city. We thank God there is everything, security, cleanliness, so we stay out until the morning.
Lots of Shlifian families found their comfort in the shores of Tnis, where they can spend a good time during the night after a long day at work.
We came from Shlif in order to swim. It's very hot out there and nobody can stand to stay outside. We came from Iran to enjoy the beach of Tnis because it's very beautiful and the people are so friendly. We hope that the whole country will be beautiful like this. We brought our dinner and we're having a good time here.
Tnis city is one of the places that saw a massive movement and turnover of families from different regions of the country, being one of the most beautiful Algerian coastal cities.
Moving on to our international news, and more precisely in the Yemeni file, where pro-government forces have retaken an important former US base near the city of Aden in the south of the country. Reports indicate that Emirati troops might have participated in the assault of the base. Amin Mustafa provides a report and analysis of the situation.
Following several days of intense fighting, pro-governmental forces in Yemen have retaken the key Al-Annad airbase north of Aden. The former US airbase could prove invaluable in providing a strategic location from which to launch strikes against the Houthi rebels. Last month, forces supporting exiled President Hadi retook the city of Aden in southern Yemen with the help of airstrikes from the Saudi-led coalition, while some 3,000 troops and armored vehicles from the United Arab Emirates have also arrived in Aden in past days. The Emirati troops are said to be military advisors to the pro-government forces, primarily assisting them with the operation of sophisticated weaponry systems, but journalists from the New York Times have reported that they have also been involved in clashes in Aden. If these accounts are true, this would represent the first ground deployment by the Saudi-led coalition in Yemen, possibly indicating that the usefulness of the airstrike campaign launched in March of this year is rapidly losing its effectiveness. With rebels still fighting government loyalists approximately 4 kilometers away from the airbase, the civil conflict, which has left some 4,000 dead, shows no signs of abating.
In sports news now, 2 more Algerian athletes have qualified for the World Championship to be held in Beijing, China later this month. They joined the 9 athletes who have already qualified. Algeria is taking their first medal in this prestigious event since runner Said Guirni's gold in the Paris Games of 23. Amin Mustafa has more.
Algeria will be represented by 11 athletes at the next World Championships, which will be held from the 22nd to the 30th of August in Beijing, China. 2 more athletes qualified following the performances of athletes Milud Rahmani and Sabir Boukamouche in the 400-meter hurdle event at the Annex Stadium in the Mohammed Boudiaf Olympic Complex. Rahmani earned the 3rd place position while Boukamouche came 4th. These 2 joined the 9 athletes who already qualified for the World Championships. These are Olympic champion Toufiq Makhloufi in the 1,500 meters, Yassin Hathat in the 800 meters, Hisham Bouchisha and Bilal Tabti in the 3,000-meter steeple, Abdelkrim Lahoulou at the 400-meter hurdle, Arbi Bourada in the decathlon event, Amina Batish in the 3,000-meter steeple, and Souad Eid Salem and Barkahum Drisi, both in the marathon event. The last medal won by an Algerian athlete in the World Championships was that of Said Guirni Issa Jabir, who won gold in the 800-meter race in Paris in 2003.
The Ministry of Youth and Sports organizes every year summer camps for the children of the South, especially those who come from a poor background. This initiative gives the children an opportunity to run away from the heat of the South and explore the north of their country.
Hundreds of children at the summer camp of Sidi Fraj in Algiers spend their days enjoying the sunshine and the cool waters, especially that most of them are not used to the seashore, so they come from different southern provinces to spend what they described as the days of their lives.
They told us in Laghawet province that there is a summer camp in Stawili, Algiers, so we came to explore this camp. We have sports activities like table football, tennis and racquetball.
We did a lot of activities in this camp, like singing and theater, and I really like it here. They feed us well and we enjoy swimming in groups.
Young animators provide their services through different entertainment activities to ensure the children's comfort and joy, especially that most of them are not used to these kind of camps.
Our program is that in the morning we bring the kids to the beach and we supervise them until the shift is over, and this is one of the most difficult jobs in the summer camp. Every year, the Ministry of Youth and Sports selects more than 1,000 kids, and they divide them into groups. We had 2 groups in Ramadan, and we will have 2 more this month. We prioritize orphan and poor children. As for the rest, each family gets to send a child. The Directorate of Youth and Sports take charge in organizing the camps. The group that we have now consists of 300 children.
تكلف قال كل عائله تدي منها طفل وتبقى تتواصل العمليه كما كل خطره عندها دفعه كاع مثلا كيما الدفعه تاعنا فيها 300 طفل.
Lots of southern children hope that these kind of initiatives would be repetitive in other seasons to get away from the heat of the south and enjoy the shores of the north.
And finally, on its fifth night, Timgad International Festival welcomed Tunisian sensation and Oriental music legend Sabir Ribai, where his classic Arab songs intertwined with different Algerian genres at the Timgad stage, much to the delight of the wide audience present there.
The charming romantic nature of authentic Arabic music crowned singer Sabir Ribai a prince on classic Arab music and a king over Tamagadi last night, singing his most beautiful songs.
Timgad nights have long been special. The audience was widely present. We really appreciated it.
Arab music and Eastern rhythms intertwined with different Algerian music genres, turning the ancient city of Ouras into a stage of art and music surpassing all borders, reuniting in Timgad Theatre. The audience was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I had a blast. I hope this initiative will continue.
I'm only known to the audience here in Timgad. I perform here in the province of Batna in different ceremonies and here also in the Orasi.
Sabir Ribai, along with Algerian musical stars, left a special touch, much to the delight of the wide audience present during the fifth night of Timgad International Festival in its 37th edition.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the end of our news in English brought to you from Dzair News. Thank you for stopping our way. Bye bye.